This video is based on an article called Four Thoughts on Bad Thoughts, which first appeared in the November 30th, 1948 issue of the Religious Bulletin out of Notre Dame University. Bad thoughts often come to us when we see tempting sexual images that you might see on films or television, the internet, or elsewhere. Sometimes tempting images come innocently. A man might be going about his business, reading a good book, driving his car, or walking, when suddenly an object of tempting nature comes before his eyes. However, it only takes a second for the mind to make a mental photograph of what it saw. The issue is whether we either dwell on the image or whether we divert our attention away from it. St. Thomas Aquinas wrote, "We must be anxious and earnest about the things we wish to remember, because the more a thing is impressed on the mind, the less it is liable to slip out of it." Some people think that they can look at objects of a sexual nature and remain unaffected and untouched. If their curiosity is short-lived and they try to avoid the images they brought into their minds, their sin is probably just venial in nature. Sometimes men seek out these images and they come sinfully. If their curiosity leads them to the proximate danger of serious sin, they commit a mortal sin. This is plain with fire because mortal sin has its consequence, hellfire. All habitual sinners were only curiosity seekers in the beginning, so beware. Kempis wrote, "Nothing so defiles and entangles the heart of a man as impure love toward created things." Daydreamers are often trouble seekers, and they bring on their own temptations. Impure images from their memories come back to haunt them. The memory retains past sexual images that we have perceived. When a man daydreams, he gives his memory the opportunity to open up its storehouse of old impure images, which can become real temptations once again. The daydreamer only has himself to blame when he is tormented by his temptations. The devil is another source of bad thoughts. He has all the power of an angel, though he is a fallen angel. Like good angels, Satan has the power to open the storehouse of memory and let out old sexual images and subtly make suggestions and bring new images to mind. Sometimes the devil may come uninvited, and therefore a man cannot be blamed for the thoughts the devil brings if the man blocks them out immediately. However, a man needs to be on guard for these creations of hell. St. John of the Cross wrote, "I would that spiritual persons might clearly see how many kinds of harm are wrought by evil spirits in their souls by means of the memory, when they devote themselves frequently to making use of it, and how many kinds of sadness and affliction and pain and evil joys they have, and how many impurities are left rooted in their spirits." Once a man recognizes the nature of the tempting images running through his mind, he must immediately turn his attention away from them by bringing pure and decent thoughts into his mind. Innocent images can be created by thoughts of sports, work, or family, or better yet, we should take Kempis's advice and embrace thoughts of God. "Come unto me, O heavenly sweetness, and let all impurity flee from before thy face." There is no sin committed if a man makes an immediate effort to distance himself from these dangerous thoughts, whatever their source may be. If you are slow to distance yourself from these images, it is likely sinful. No purity is secure if thou protect it not. Sexual images sometimes remain in the mind forever, no matter how faithful a man has been trying to banish them. The continued presence of the image is not a sin if the man is vigilant and turning away from them. If a man worries too much about his inability to remove the thoughts, he may very well increase the intensity of the temptation. It is best to go about one's business and remain indifferent to the images when they briefly flash into our minds. Strive, therefore, to turn away thy heart from the love of the things that are seen, and to set it upon the things that are not seen. For they who follow after their own fleshly lusts defile the conscience and destroy the grace of God. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back again within a week with another one. But in the meantime, please check out my Facebook page and my Twitter page. Every day I post additional content that you won't find on this YouTube channel. And also, please pray for the church.